Welcome everyone, it's the Crypto Lark, and today we're going to be discussing the Argo ICO. They're building a highly scalable, enterprise-ready blockchain. We're going to be getting into just what they're doing after a massive thank you to all of you for being part of the cryptocurrency community. Your support makes all the difference, so thank you so much for continuing to support the channel. And of course, you do have to remember, this is not financial advice. This is just a dude talking about cryptocurrencies on the internet. This is an ICO. Do your own due diligence. There is always a certain amount of inherent risk in investing in any ICO, and there is no substitute for doing your own research. Furthermore, this is an unsponsored review, just a project that I think is interesting and you might want some more information about. So what is Argo and what is the problem that they are trying to solve? Currently, we see that many businesses want to utilize blockchain, or at least what we could call blockchain curious. There is a significant amount of concern involved though. Questions like, who will keep control of this blockchain? How can we keep our company secrets safe? Can we use our existing software? Will our IT guys be able to do this, or are we going to need to hire some kind of special blockchain person? Another big factor, of course, is the privacy of data, especially in the wake of the recent GDPR ruling. Not to mention a lack of reliability due to things like forking of the blockchains or unstable network fees. This can all cause problems. And essentially, we are seeing a situation where there are a lot of roadblocks to the easy onboarding of enterprises into blockchain. So how does Argo propose to solve these problems? Well, there are a few main things. The first is the Argo Chain itself. This is going to be running the Argo virtual machine. Now, the Argo Chain is going to support many of the common programming languages like JavaScript, Python, and Golang, just as a few examples, in order to be able to onboard as many developers as possible. Argo will also support smart contracts on the Ethereum virtual machine in order to help support interoperability. Because as we know currently, most tokens exist on the Ethereum blockchain. Using Argo, you can create either a public or a private chain, or a mixed chain, something of a hybrid between public and private. Basically, they're trying to make it as easy as possible to build your own chain that relates to the Argo main chain. Now, this is really great for business, as key proprietary information can stay on the permissioned chain, while things like value and data transfers can happen across the public chain. And with interoperability, you'll be opening up your business to a wide world of potential. The public chain will also ensure the immutability and the trustlessness of the network, and the private chain will help ensure that regulatory compliance, especially in terms of things like record keeping and privacy. Parallel processing will be a big feature here as well, allowing Argo to handle up to millions of transactions per second via side chains. That is a big claim without a doubt, and we will have to see the mainnet actually roll out to see if they can meet that claim. The second key innovation is the Argo Hub. This is essentially a hosting service comprising the services and tools like oracles and content delivery networks to be able to build, test run, and deploy your own independent chain based on the Argo chain, essentially operating as the public interface of the chain, and this will of course connect dApps into the public chain as well. Essentially, they are seeing the Argo Hub operating in a similar way to AWS or Amazon Web Services. Now, the third piece of the puzzle here is the Argo Marketplace. This is going to allow you to buy and sell computing assets like storage or computational power in a peer-to-peer marketplace. A feature-rich middleware layer will enable businesses to use their legacy software to connect, which is a very, very important part of the puzzle here, because it doesn't require businesses to go out and learn new software or throw away all their software licenses, which they've probably spent a lot of money on. They're trying to make this as easy as possible for businesses to onboard and to bring their legacy software systems with them. Now, the token itself will be the fuel of the chain, running the smart contracts, rewarding the stakers. This is a delegated proof of stake system, and it will be used as a medium of payment for the services available in the marketplace, things like customer support and, of course, buying computing assets. In terms of the roadmap, we're going to see a test net coming out in Q4 of this year, mainnet Q1 2019, which are both very encouraging timelines. Shows they're going to be delivering technology very soon. Things like the Argo Hub and the Argo Marketplace, though, will take a bit longer to deliver. Q3 of 2019 for both of those. Blocko is the parent company here and is a very important piece of the puzzle. Now, Blocko is already offering private chain options for enterprise in Korea. This is a company with around 50 employees currently. Overall, the people behind Argo have an extensive range of experience in development and in technology. We also have some big venture capital firms like FBG Capital backing this as well. The parent company, Blocko, also has a great list of partners, including companies like Hyundai Motors. Now, these companies are using Blocko's existing technology, CoinStack, which is the private blockchain variant on offer from Blocko, but they're taking a step farther and deploying a public chain to help these private chains connect out to the wider world. I want to share some of my concerns about the Argo ICO with you. Currently, there are so many blockchains, it's actually starting to get kind of crazy. Not to mention, of course, that specifically the enterprise blockchain niche is starting to get rather crowded. Currently, there is no MVP for the Argo chain. I'm not so worried about this, considering that we do have this company, Blocko, behind Argo, who already has a blockchain solution for corporations, and they have major partnerships like Hyundai Motors. High scalability will result in at least some degree of centralization. And the speed claims of millions of transactions per second are as of yet unproven. Also, the first 2 million blocks will be confirmed by the company to ensure the network starts in a secure fashion. You could largely look at that as being a good thing, although it really does scream a bit of centralization when it comes down to it. Blocko, being a Korean company, will need to make global partnerships to achieve real success, as we can already see the Korean blockchain scene becoming very competitive and becoming very crowded. They cannot rely solely on the South Korean market for success. But they are implementing a business development strategy with a strong focus on marketing, so I believe that they will be able to overcome this challenge. Let's get into the details of the token sale. In total, they are only selling 500 million tokens. This is around 30% of the total amount of tokens available. The lion's share of this is going to private investors, but there have only been very modest bonuses given out in the lockup period as well in order to help prevent a huge post-ICO market dump. 15% going for the team and investors, with a whopping 55% being kept for the foundation as a reserve and for strategic investors and ecosystem growth. Sadly, only a few percent of the total token supply will be made available for regular investors. But if you can get into the public sale, there should be substantial unmet demand, which is always good for a bit of post-ICO market action. We are still waiting on some key announcements about when the whitelist will be opening, the exact date of the public sale, and who can participate. I would suggest following along their Twitter and their Telegram to watch for those announcements to come up. I feel like there are a lot of opportunities with the Argo sale if you can get in. Icon offered something very similar and has done very well since their ICO. It's also, of course, highly encouraging to see a successful existing company with great clients offering something like this. And it's rather low risk considering that Blocko already has CoinStack and that the team has relevant experience in order to pull something like this off. Thanks so much for watching the video. Let me know what you think about Argo down below in the comment section. Thumbs up the video, join the conversation over on Twitter where I share further insights into the crypto space. Share these videos around the internet. You can help our community grow. Long live the blockchain, and peace out till next time.